Hi friends, I'm Ellie and this is Tech3X channel. In this tutorial, I want to explain how to create a dashboard in Google Sheets. A dashboard is the most valuable thing that a business owner can use to increase the productivity of the company. Today, I want to show you how to create this amazing dashboard. Let's see. Today, I want to create this dashboard. This dashboard has 4 types of charts, a table, and some key data. As you can see, for this dashboard, I need 3 other sheets. One is for the primary data, a sheet for data of charts, and the last sheet is for drop-down list. Okay, let's create it. I have one sheet here. I rename it and call it dashboard. I want 3 other sheets, so I click on the plus sign and add 3 sheets. Now I rename them to data, drop-down list, and charts data. The first sheet we should fill is data. The dashboard that I want to create is a sales report of a company. So I need some related headers. ID, product, country, sale amount, unit price, cost, revenue, date, month, sales team, advertising platform, and total paid for advertising. For ID, I simply type 1 and 2. But if you want to generate a unique ID, you can see my other video where you can find the link in the card and description. Now for the product, my company sells electronic products. I prefer to have a drop-down list and choose the product from the list. So I go to drop-down list sheet. I type the name of my products. Now again, on the data sheet, I select the cell and the data tab. I choose data validation. Now in this window, the cell range is the cell below the product. For criteria, there are different options, and I can select a list of items and type the product's name in this field. But I type my product name in the cells, so I choose list from a range. Now I click on this icon and select the range of names. Reject the input and save. As you can see, a drop-down list is created, and I can choose one of them. For copying the data validation for the cells below, select the first cell, press Ctrl-Shift down, and then Ctrl-D shortcut. Okay, I have the drop-down list for all the below cells. The next column is country. I sell my products to 10 countries and I want to have drop-down list in the cell as the product column. So I type the country's name in the drop-down list sheet. Again, I select the cell. On the data tab, I choose data validation. Now as before, I choose list from a range and select the range of names. Now reject the input and save. Okay, the drop-down list is created. Now I press Ctrl-Shift down and then Ctrl-D shortcut. Alright, I have drop-down list for all these cells. You can watch related video in the card and description if you want to see a detailed drop-down list tutorial. Okay, I fill the data of the amount of sale and unit price sales. For cost, the price of each item is, for example, $50. 10 of that sold. So it's $500. For revenue, I type $100. Now for the date sale, I want a calendar to choose the date. For having the calendar, I go to the Data tab, Data Validation. Now I select the date for the criteria, and following the drop-down list is the valid date. OK, reject input and save. When I double-click on the cell, the calendar will open, and I can choose the date. I copy it for the below cells. I also want to create a drop-down list for the month, sales team, and advertising platform. So in the drop-down list sheet, I type each list. Now again, on the data sheet, I create drop-down lists. I fill the total paid advertising cell. OK, now add some more data to the sheet. The data sheet is finished. It's time to create dashboard. I should do some formatting. I merge some cells and change the cells color. Now I delete the rows and columns that I don't need anymore. Alright, it's time to fill a cell. On the top, I want number of sales, revenue, profit, and cost. On the left up here is a place for the company logo. Then, top selling month, top selling country, and top selling team. In the middle, chart for sales by month, advertising paid for each platform, revenue by country, total sales by the sales team, and at the end, a table for sales by product. I like to insert some images into the sheet to make the dashboard more professional. I already downloaded related pictures to each header with transparent backgrounds. Now I go to the Insert tab and Image. There are two options. I can insert an image in or over the cell. I prefer over the cell. I do the same for other headers. Now it's time for the main part. Let's add numbers and charts. I start with numbers. For the number of cells, I need the sum of the amount of cells. So equal sign, sum, open parentheses. Now for the range, I go to the data sheet, and amount of cells column, close parentheses, and enter. As you can see, the total number of cells is displayed. Revenue is the same as the number of sales. I require the sum of the revenue column. So equal sign sum function. And for the range, datasheet, and revenue column. And enter. Profit is the result of subtracting revenue from cost. So first, I calculate the cost. It is the sum of the cost column. I do the same as before. Now for profit, I should subtract the cost from revenue. Equal sign, revenue cell, minus cost column. All these numbers are dynamic. If I add any new numbers or edit the data, these numbers will change. Now I'd like to create a stacked area chart for sales by month chart. But first, I should gather the data of revenue for each month. So I need two columns in the chart's data sheet, month and revenue. I type the first month and then drag it down to have other months. Now for revenue, I need the sum of revenue for each month. So I should use the SUMIF function, which sums the values in a range that meet the criteria that I specify. Let's do it. Equal sign, SUMIF. As I said here, I should add the range, which is the month column. Then, criterion, which is January. And then, sum range, which is the revenue column. Okay, close the parentheses and enter. The formula returns the value of revenue for January. Now I drag it down to see the value for other months. Okay, the data for the chart is available now. It's time to create the chart. To do this, I should go to the Insert tab in Chart. This tab will open. Chart Type drop-down list helps you to choose your desired chart. And I go to the Area category and Stacked Area Chart. For the data range, I select the field which I already created. Now the chart is created. I can do some formatting on the Customize tab to make the chart more professional. These edits are optional and depend on your interest. Okay, it looks good. For the advertising page for each platform, I like to have a bar chart. But as before, first I should gather the required data. So advertising against paid. I copy the advertising platform from the drop-down list and paste it here. Again, SUMIF function. For range, advertising platform. Criterion, Google Ads. And then paid range. Okay, drag it down. The data created. I return to dashboard sheet and insert the chart. Bar chart for chart type, and then choose the data for data range. The chart is created. It's time to do some formatting. Now let's gather the revenue data by country and total sales by the sales team, the same as in previous charts. I copy the list from the drop-down list sheet and SUMIF function. Okay, the data is ready. I go to dashboard sheet. For revenue by country, I want to create a map chart. So I insert chart. For chart type down here, there are two types of GeoChart. I choose the first one. You can see the card or description if you'd like to see a detailed tutorial for this type of chart. Now I select the data. The chart created. And I go to the Customize tab to make it better. Now I do the same for total sales by the sales team. I choose the donut chart in the pie chart category. All charts finished. Let's have a table here. First, I go to the data charts to gather data. Okay, product name. And again, I need a SUMIF function for returning values. The range is the product column. The criterion is this cell. And the values column. The data is ready. I made a table here and changed the header background color. Copy and paste the product's name and equal sign. Then select the cell where I need the data. Alright, I drag it down. My dashboard becomes amazing. Now let's fill in these three top cells and finish the dashboard. Top selling month means which month has the most sales. So I need the maximum value of the revenue in the year. Equal sign, max. And select the range. For the top selling country and top selling team, I should do the same and calculate the maximum values. Now I need a function to show the name of the top month, country, and team. In this case, the combination of index and match functions will help. So equal sign, index. As I said here, index function returns the content of a cell specified by row and column offset. So for reference, I select the month's name. Now match function. The match function returns the relative position of an item in a range that matches a specified value. So the search key is the maximum revenue. And the range is revenue values and 0. As you can see, the name related to the value is shown. I do the same for these two. Okay, the data is ready. Now in the dashboard sheet, I select the cell, equal sign, and the desired cell. Again, for the other cells. Alright, the dashboard is ready. And as you know, this dashboard is dynamic. If any data change in the datasheet, the dashboard will update. Finally, I suggest you protect the dashboard sheet so no one can change them. I right mouse click on the sheet name, then protect sheet. Now set permissions. Here you can select the permission and restrict it to only yourself or anyone you trust. If you need more detailed information about protecting sheets, see the related video on my channel. You can find a link to this sheet in the description. Make a copy of that and use it. That was how to build a dashboard in Google Sheets. You can find the link of this dashboard in the description. Make a copy of that and use it. If you like this tutorial, please hit the thumbs up and do subscribe in case you're not subscribed yet. This is the playlist of Google Sheets. Visit it. You will find helpful videos. Thanks for watching. Have a good time.